right, and we are live. Hello and welcome, everybody. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome all of you on today's webinar. We're going to talk briefly about how to simplify the sales process and installment of solar panels using Salesbook. I'm very glad that you found some time and you join us for this meeting today. For those of you who didn't have enough time to join us today, don't worry. For those of you who registered, we're going to be sending the video as well, so you will have an option to watch it later. All right, let's continue. Couple words about me. My name is Severin Grzywacz. I work as an account executive in Salesbook company. You can always reach me through my mobile. You can write me an email after the webinar, or you can simply reach me through a LinkedIn account, and then we can chat a little bit more about the Salesbook and some kind of solution for your company. So please feel free and use my contact details. Let's talk about today's agenda. We're going to cover a couple subjects. Of course, during the introduction, I will tell you a little bit more about the Salesbook. If you've never heard of the Salesbook application before, this is the right time to actually boost your sales and to see what comes with the new solutions and applications for your sales team. The second part of this webinar, we will go through the quoting process. I'm going to show you the application from start to finish, how we can actually generate the offer to one of your clients using our application. And the third part is the integrated part of the Salesbook, so the CRM that comes together with the Salesbook, as well as the options that we have in our back office. During my presentation, of course, if you will have any questions, just feel free to write them in our chat. And yeah, later on, we'll have some extra time to cover all of those questions, and I'll try to answer them all. If you are having any issues regarding the connection, so this is the right moment just to close the browser and maybe open up another window, for example, using Google Chrome, because this is the dedicated browser to use the Click Meeting. All right, perfect. So basically, what is the Salesbook all about? If you never heard of this application, it is all-in-one platform boosting your client-facing sales. So you can imagine that you can actually equip all of your sales reps with this one specific tool that's going to guide them through all of the meetings with the client. So for example, you can build your own presentation inside the Salesbook, and later on, as a manager, you can actually control and monitor all of these meetings. Using our application, you can actually create any offers on the spot, and then, for example, sign up the contract when the deal is done. And the third part, of course, is the CRM system that comes together with our solution, as well as the full and broad analytics that will help actually boost your sales even more. And then, of course, you can generate any reports and see how the meetings are going, how many offers you actually generated during this time. So basically, we support both face-to-face and remote meetings with the customer. Let's talk about automation benefits inside our application, because there is nothing else than, if you have some troubles and problems going back and forth to the office, maybe printing any documents and so on and so forth. So basically, the Salesbook helps you to automate all of this process inside your company. So on the application actually will automatically guide you, sales rep, through the whole meeting, right? So you can imagine that you're going to build your own path inside the Salesbook application. Later on, when the meeting is done, the application will automatically send the summary to the customer, so you don't have to send another email, go back to the office. And at the same time, everything that you will put inside the application, it will be automatically sent to the CRM system, as well as the data you gathered through the meeting, right? And the sales intelligence module inside the CRM system will automatically suggest your best actions and scenarios to the manager. All right, so actually where that the Salesbook idea comes from. So you can imagine that probably you have different sales reps, right? Different experience, and you feel like maybe you have really long onboarding process, or you feel like you have quite difficult product to sell or service. then we give you this path, this selling path inside the application, and we turn any cyclical or amateur sales reps into the solid one, right? We boost the efficiency of this sales reps. How? Yeah, exactly. We put the embedded sales scripts inside for the vertical markets. We cover you the customer facing app with guided selling, as well as the real data from face-to-face meetings inside this platform. And as you can imagine, actually Salesbook will answer to all of different industries, right? Today we're going to talk about the sustainable environment and renewable energy market. But as you can imagine, the Salesbook actually gives you a right tool to have any consultative meetings with your clients. For example, in insurance industry, maybe in automotive, when you can talk with the client and explain a little bit more with the configurator on the iPad and talk about the vehicles. You can imagine any telecommunication industries, or for example, big companies like here in Poland, we helped a lot to actually grow in solar panel market. All right, I'm gonna share the screen with you of our application. So hold on, I will just open a new window and then guide you through the whole application process. Perfect. So probably you already see my application screen. As you can imagine, each Salesbook is personalized and custom made. So you can imagine that there is no second Salesbook in the company, right? The instance looks like it's your really own, it's built by your company, right? So we provide everything from scratch to finish, and we build your own path inside the Salesbook application. So for the purpose of this presentation, you can see solar PV company. Of course, this is imaginary company, but this is an example how we can actually build this business inside for you. We're gonna cover a little bit about this module. So this is nothing else than the path, selling path, everyone in your company would like to follow. So application actually guides you through the whole meeting. And there are some couple features on the screen that I would like to talk about a little bit more. As you can see, there is a clock icon in the top right corner, right over here. So if you are selling door to door, or maybe you have an appointment with the meeting, you can simply start a meeting with that client exactly from this point of view. So of course, if you are having an existing database in our system, you can simply search that client through all of your contacts. Or maybe this is a new client, so you can simply add a new client, clicking this button, and then filling up all of these details about this customer. But for the purpose of this presentation, I will just start my own account here. So I'll start meeting with myself, all right? Perfect. Let's start the meeting. And now this is the right time to actually create a new thread in your back office in your CRM system, right? So you selected the specific client, and then you should enter the thread name. Let's say this is the webinar 1.0, all right? And we're gonna start a new thread in our back office, and during that meeting, every information, every data will be then transferred to that thread. As you can see, a green dot above my clock has appeared, which means we're gonna gather exactly from this moment all of those specific and important information regarding this meeting. Of course, there's also a shortcut to my calendar. Next to that clock icon, I can simply go to my calendar, and I can already see how many meetings during that day or maybe during that week I have planned by my manager. Of course, if my coordinator planned me some kind of meeting with one of my customers or clients, there are also short notes regarding that specific meeting, so I can be a little bit more prepared, and I already know what subjects I should cover. So you can imagine that we can integrate your own calendars inside the Salesbook application. So whatever you have a planned meetings, they will pop up inside the Salesbook application. All right, let's focus on these circles down below. This is the selling process inside the company. And we can start, for example, from About Us module, right? So you can imagine we can put any presentation, any marketing files into this first step of presentation. And as you can see, there are some kind of information about the company here we put inside. So this is all about building the trust and already engaging your customer. This is really important because in the eyes of this customer, you already look really professional. The next step is your business card. So you can imagine whenever the offer is created, you will automatically send your business card. So your customer will always have a chance to get back to you in really nice way, and probably for sure he will remember you. The next slide is some kind of installation, so you can show off a little bit of your experience, all of your installation you previously done. Right. And the next part is, for example, energy market. So you can explain, especially if you have really complicated product and the service, what is this all about, or what is the energy market, where is going, why is it worth to go actually green, and so forth. So you can imagine what kind of information you would like to put inside this presentation. And the next part is the map module. So you can imagine if you are having a meeting maybe somewhere over here, right? And this is really important because you can already show all of the pins of the customer who trusted to your services, right? You can build the trust and then show off some references, maybe some opinions, maybe the installations that are really worth to show off to one of your clients. All right, let's go back. The next part of this sales meeting or the sales process is the questionnaire. Let's go to the questionnaire. And as you can see, we can turn any PDF files into an active PDF file. So during that meeting, you can gather all the necessary information from that client. It can be in the beginning of the meeting, or maybe when the agreement is done and installation is done, and then you go back once more time and gather all of the necessary information from that client. So you can imagine I can fill up all of these empty fields, simply asking any specific questions, and then everything will be saved and automatically send it to my CRM system, as well as the agreement will be filled up automatically with this data. All right, let's go to the core of our Salesbook application and the configure price quote. We got two options to actually create a visualization for one of our customers. We can simply go to the solar design step and then create a visualization based on our GPS address and the Google Maps. As you can see, we got some buildings right over here. Of course, you can provide your own address of this client, or basically, if you are working on the iPad, on the application, the iPad already reads your GPS address, and then you can simply select any specific area. So this is really helpful, especially for this kind of companies who create a big ground mount installation, or maybe for the business partners, like on the big flat rooftop. And then from now on, I can simply select the specific area I'm working on with just 4 clicks. And I can create the specific surface I'm gonna be creating visualization on. As you can see, the Salesbook application already counted the surface. I can go next. And on the right side, you got a couple sets I can choose the installation from. So you can imagine during the implementation stage of the Salesbook, you provide us the right products inside the application, and simply the Salesbook application guides you through the whole process, and then I can choose the right sets I have inside my Salesbook application. As you can see, the number of panels, the max installation power, as well as the total area needed will change automatically regarding to this specific product. So let's focus on the Q cell, for example, and then I can edit these informations or characteristics of this installation a little bit more. So I can simply go here, and maybe instead of 299 panels, I can just simply write a 100. This is enough, and I can create any visualization for my customer just to build a little bit more trust, so they can visualize a little bit more how this installation can look on their rooftop. And here we got some different options. Of course, you can change the orientation of the panels, rotate the panels, change the roof pitch angle, which is really important, move them horizontally, vertically, or basically change the spacing between the panels. So let's maybe rotate the panels a little bit more. Yeah. Perfect. And let's go next. This is the next step of this visualization. As you can see, just the confirmation and the summary for that client. If we are happy with our project, then you can simply go next and save that project, and it will be attached to this offer. So this was one of the options that we can create using our application, using Google Maps. And this is really helpful. We're going to click Save. And if we go back, there is a second option, actually, that we can create visualization on the photo. So you can imagine you are having a remote meeting with your customer, right? And he can send you an architectural design that you're going to use. Or basically, if you are working on the iPad, then you can simply go here, take a photo of this specific rooftop, and then create a visualization based on that photo. So since I'm working on my PC laptop, I will be using my picture from the library. All right, the picture is done. And from now on, I can simply still work on this specific surface, right? So I can select this area, or maybe I can change a little bit more, or I'll simply add another surface, right? I will delete this, okay? Now will choose another one. Sorry for the mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, right? Okay, and we got the height and the width. So I can just simply put the numbers, and we get the surface. It's 150 square meters. And based on that, I can, of course, use my sets and the same process that I can actually create the visualization on that photo, for example, with the, let's say, 50 solar panels on the rooftop. There you go. And we got great visualization to one of our customers. And then you can simply move the panels on the rooftop to avoid any chimneys, any windows, and so forth and so on. Right. Simple as that. I think this is really catching, just to still warm this client a little bit more. And let's go to the core of this product. So the configure a price quote, and then we can use the calculation type. So you can imagine that we, for example, not using any visualization, right? This is the first meeting with one of your clients, and then you just want to create an offer, create a quote on the spot. So let's use the calculation without the visualization. You choose the right project type. You can either use the homeowner or the business. Let's focus on the homeowner, and then you choose the installation site. Let's choose the rooftop. So as you can see, the application guides you through the whole process, and now you just need to specify your location. So based on that location, of course, you can provide your own address, but just let's maybe pick up any specific place right over here. Do we have any building here? Okay, we got some here. As you can see, there are some solar panels already, so great. Industry is growing. We change the roof pitch angle as well as the azimuth. And if there is a need to add a second part of the surface, you can simply click Add, and then you got option for the second roof surface, and then, of course, change the azimuth and change the roof pitch angle as well. Based on the GPS address or the location you provided inside the map, you can see the sun irradiance. So the sun irradiance is, of course, automatically provided by the application regarding this specific location. All right, let's go next. This is the right time to choose the proper shading of this specific area. So we got 4 options here. Let's go with the modest one. And now we should just provide some numbers and prediction about the energy consumption of your client. And we have 2 options right over here. You can provide the right numbers using monthly electric bill by pounds and kilowatt hours, and then filling up all of these gaps. Or maybe you have an annual prediction, and then you can simply fill up any details about like utility company, standing charge per day. You got regular price. We got the kW used, economy, as well as the kW used. All right. And as you can see, the Salesbook application already counted that for you. So we had the average bill, which is 390 pounds. Let's go next. Now is the right time to choose the proper roofing material, we got 3 options here, but you can imagine you can have different options inside the application. Let's take the metal roof. And now we already have the panel options that you provided us during the implementation stage. So for me, even if I'm working just a couple of days, it's really easy to choose the right panel and choose the right inverter, and later on choose just the right battery type for this customer. And as you can see, we got your demand, which is 14 kilowatts, as well as the system size options. And if you would like to fulfill this demand, I can simply change the system size option. And then if we have 100%, I will choose the right product and continue the meeting. Okay, now we have some graphs. So this is really important just to explain to this client, to the customer, a little bit more about the process, about the energy consumption, as well as the solar production, right? Any additional upgrades? No problem. You will have your own list with the services you would like to provide. So if you feel like you can build the basket of that customer a little bit more, you put your any additional upgrade inside our application, and then simply clicking, checking everything inside that list, you can simply build the basket of that customer. All right? Or maybe you would like to add your own fee. Let's write like a service, and then just giving an amount, everything will be calculated automatically for you. Great. We got another question for the smart export guarantee. Let's click yes. And then if we continue, you already have a short summary for one of the clients. So you take a look, if everything is fine, the installation parameters are good, you go next, and then you choose the right financing option to that client. For example, we got 2 options here. If the client have enough cash, they can simply do the transfer, or maybe they have any doubts, so we can create a simulation, for example, with the deposit of £10,000, and then we set up the long term for 24 months with the annual percentage rate. All right. So as you can see, we already have the proposed installation price as well as the monthly rate. And on the right side of that numbers, there is a hidden button for your sales reps. So if you click that application button, then you can provide any discounts. So let's say I have the permission to provide you a 5% discount, right? Because I really like you and I feel like we can close this deal. Take a look. We already have the savings together with the installation price as well as the savings in time. Take a look on the savings, and then the next graph will also show you the monthly bill, the utility bill, as well as the solar bill and the actual values. And take a look. We also have the solar panel payback after 10 years, so you can already talk about all of the pros coming from that installation. All right. So we used About Us module. So we briefly talked about our company, the questionnaire. We created an offer using our calculator PV module. And then you can continue. For example, if you feel like you have different services, you can also create a quote regarding heat pump, air conditioning, any EV chargers, whatever you sell. Actually, you can build your own path. And later on, whenever this client will be deciding if he wants to use your services or not, then they will see all of your services and the pricing you created for them. If the client have any hard questions during that presentation, during your meeting, you can simply go to the library, and your sales reps actually will have an access to all of the brochures and the folders that they can be using, right? So you can imagine that I can simply attach any specification of the product, or maybe show the differences between one and another, and simply attach that to this offer to that customer. All right. And what else? We can, of course, sign up the contract during our first meeting. So this data will be automatically filled up for you regarding your database. And then using an iPad, the customer can simply sign up the agreement using the pen on the iPad or the finger. Or maybe if you are selling remotely, then there will be mobile message confirmation needed. So we went through all of these modules, and now this is the last step of our meeting summary, right? So we would like to save all of this information and send the meeting. So let's attach to the message, for example, my business card. So there is an option I don't want to forget about, and some presentation about my company. The application guides you, and you can already plan the next step with this client. So for example, if you'd like to schedule another phone call, another meeting, or maybe another email, or simply add a new contract date, you can simply do that using our application. So let's use, okay, this is 31st, and let's say 1 o'clock, and we're gonna say that. The application provides you already the summary of this meeting, as well as the email script you're going to be using. And if you feel like you forget something important from the library, or if you would like to attach a new person that will receive this message, you can simply click a new receiver of this offer. Let's save this offer, and we're going to send that to our customer. Perfect. We got the information that the meeting has been sent. And now is the right time to actually put that client in the right place in our back office, in our CRM system, regarding how the meeting went. So you can imagine if the customer already signed up the agreement, we can put him into the offer status, right? And this is our pipeline in our back office, right? So we're going to put this client in the offer section, and we're going to save this meeting. As you can see, the green dot above my clock has disappeared, which means we gathered all of the necessary data from this meeting, and you as manager can have any control over your sales reps and actually see how they are doing during the meeting and have any hard data and analytics from this meeting. And you are welcome to the second part of this presentation of our tool. We're going to switch windows, and I will show you the back office and the CRM system. All right, so I'll just simply change it. And I will open a new window now, and I will show you our back office. Perfect. You already should see my screen with the dashboard, with all of my information and the CRM system. On the left side, you got all of the features inside our CRM system, and they are really easy actually to follow, you know, for everybody. And the CRM system is dedicated for the solar panel industry. So you can imagine that you can have all of your customer and the contacts in one place. During the implementation, of course, we're going to help you to put all of your contacts or existing organizations inside the Salesbook CRM system. So don't worry, you'll have everything inside the application. In the quote, you can take a look, and we can actually, using our CRM system, even though we can create a new offer, right? And what is more important, I can simply go to the list of offers I created and take a look what was happening during my, for example, last month inside my job. So as you can see, my last client was Severin Grzywa, so that was me. This is the place where we are creating our offer. And I can already see the summary status of this message, of this offer, if Severin displayed my offer I generated using my iPad or maybe web app application. From now on, if I have any information, I can simply go to the details of this client and see the full life cycle of this offer from draft to published to sent. And then if the customer open my offer or display any attachments, and then simply they can just by one click accept this offer, and then I will have a notification that the offer is accepted. And take a look. We have every information regarding this meeting, as well all the steps we went through using our application, as well as the visualization which is attached. And of course, using our CRM system, there is a shortcut to use any other calculators if you, for example, feel like you need to requote this customer. And let's preview the offer. I hope you can already see the offer we generated. So you can imagine there's going to be your own company logo right over here, as well as the background image, and very nice appealing way of your business card, as well as the about us description, and all of the attachments in one place, so you don't have to worry about the space in your customer's mailbox. Take a look how this offer is nice way, eye-catching, eye-appealing way of providing all of the information to that customer. Okay, let's go back here. And now I will show you different features. Of course, like any other CRM system, this is really important that you need to assign tasks regarding specific clients. So for example, for me, I can start my day off taking a look into my assigned tasks. I can simply go to my CRM system. And as you can see, we divided this CRM system, the sales funnel or the pipeline, into different departments, right? We have 3 departments right over here. We got the sales, installation, and the service department. So I will be focusing in the sales department. So as you can see, this is my whole pipeline from start to finish into the different stages. If you feel like you have any contact form on your website, so during the integration or implementation of the Salesbook application, we can simply integrate your contact form on your website together with the CRM system. So whoever will fill up the data on your website, he will be redirected to the CRM system, and this will be a cold new lead ready to be served, and then you can provide your own service or solution. But take a look. As you remember, we put our client into the offer section when I was finishing my meeting, and I put him into the stage of offer. So let's take a look. As you can see, this lead is already 23 minutes inside my CRM system, and we already changed a couple status from new lead to the offer, right? On the left side, you got the finances. So you can imagine that the application automates all of the information from that meeting into the CRM system, as I told you before. So you can see the contract value we generated, as well as the remaining amount, for example, to be paid, right? And all of the information regarding that client. So I will go through all of these tabs here because they are really important. So in one place, you got all of the quotes you generated. You can, of course, gather all of the necessary notes from the meeting or maybe inside the CRM system in one place. You have all of your tasks assigned to your team members, as well as you can collect all of the files in one place. For example, invoices, pictures, just for you maybe to have any post-service care, as well as you can plan any meetings with that customer. So you can simply, as maybe you are the manager or you are the coordinator and you would like to see what was happening during that meeting, right? How your sales rep are doing. And you can simply go to this meeting tab and then go to the details of this meeting. Take a look on that. And we get the meeting details. This is the user, the customer, the date of this meeting, as well as the duration of the meeting, meeting status, and the agreement status. We have already live information about the email views, page views, attachment views, as well as the attachment downloads. Of course, if there is some mistakes, you can deactivate the offer or maybe just extend the offer validity, right? This is some kind of like a black box used in the plane, so you can actually record all the voice message, as well as you can see how your sales rep are doing if they do not forget about anything during the presentation. As you can see, these are the different stages inside our application. And as you can see, this is the home screen I was talking about, the About Me, different modules I was going through using our application, right? And the calculator PV module. So I spent 6 minutes creating an offer using our tool, as well as any additional files I attached, as well as the further function. So I can see if my sales reps already plan the next steps with that customer. All right, perfect. Let's go back a little bit more here to the sales funnel. And here I will go back to one of my customers and we'll continue describing these tabs. So we finished on the meetings. This is the questionnaires we collected during the meeting. So everything is one place. Everything is really in order. And then we have some more options right over here. And this is just a hint for you. You can imagine that Salesbook, of course, has many other features inside the application. So, for example, if you are using any external companies, any external assembly teams, you can just simply create a new montage to that client, and then send a new notification to one of your assembly teams that the new montage is planned for them, and then they can simply accept this montage. And as well, you can simply attach any notes or maybe drop a files regarding this specific installation. Let's go back into the menu. You can take a look into the customer meetings. So for you, this is really important because you can simply create a new meeting using our CRM system, and your sales rep will receive a notification about the upcoming new event for them. So I hope you remember this calendar icon I've showed you before. There is also a shortcut to the planner meeting, so I can take a look and see how many meetings I have, and simply by clicking one stage of this meeting, I can go and see the thread regarding this specific client, as well as I can go to the completed meetings. And for example, you as manager can take a look and see what was happening during all of these meetings, maybe during the last week. And here we got the montages. So basically, this is also the planned montages that you use our new module inside the application, as well as the completed. And then you can actually give the proper money to your assembly teams, right? Give them the right paycheck. And then inside the CRM system, of course, you can manage your own product base. So you have an access to all of your assortments and the products. So if you feel like you are out of stock of any product, or you feel like maybe we should stop selling this product because there are some issues, maybe the warranty is over. So you can simply go to the CRM system and then you turn off any of the products, and actually this will be automatically updated in all of your tools inside the application for your sales reps. And of course, you can edit any of the categories, produces, or you feel like you need to change the pricing inside the application, you can simply use that. Use these features inside our CRM system. And then you have an access to the library. If you feel like maybe your onboarding process is really long, or like you feel like you need to send some trainings to one of your sales reps, you can simply use the library and update any information inside the application, so they will be updated. They will have all of the necessary information inside the application. You can gather all the necessary brochures, catalogs, specifications, as well as ongoing campaigns. And then in the administration panel, of course, you provide the right permission for one of your users, as well as you can simply go to your Salesbook, and maybe you feel like you need to change the app layout. You can do that as well by yourself, and you feel, okay, we got some great discounts for this Christmas, and then you change the wallpaper with the Santa Claus or anything like that. And then you have an access to the app content. If you feel like some of the stages inside the applications are maybe in the wrong way, or maybe you would like to change the questionnaire and the About Us, replace the places, you can simply do that inside the application. What else? What else? We got the settings, as well as we got the reports, which is really important. We got around 120 reports inside the application. So you can imagine that each week, each month, you can save your favorite reports and then generate them once more and simply see what are the effects of your work. And take a look here. We got the, for example, meetings reports. Let's click here and I can simply take a look. Maybe last month, we're gonna filter all of the information, And we can, for example, see how many of these meetings were interrupted. What is the reason of the interrupted meetings, right? How many meetings are finished, and so on and so forth. So we can already see the reports inside the CRM system. And of course, this is just the part of it. You can imagine that we can create any of the reports you need inside the application as well, regarding user, central library, customers, recommendation, offers, CRM, the source of the threads, which is really important, a number of threads with no amount, and so on and so forth. So you can just simply have everything in one place, as well as the forecast, KPI module. This is really also helpful inside our application, but I'm not going to cover this today. Right, so I think I've covered almost everything inside the Salesbook application. Of course, there are much more to come and much more to discover inside our product. This is just the basics, so you'll have an overall idea what is the Salesbook all about. And I think I will stop sharing the screen with you now, and I will go back to the presentation. And if you have any questions regarding our product, just feel free to write them inside the chat. We're gonna continue using our Q&A section soon. And if you feel like you would like to get Salesbook a little bit more, you need a little bit more information, follow us on our social media. We got different accounts. Reach me through the LinkedIn. We got the YouTube videos. We got a Facebook account. We are popping in into a couple events during the fair shows and the trade shows. So yeah. Right, so this is the right time to ask me any questions regarding Salesbook application. I will give you a couple minutes just to think of any questions regarding our product. And if you liked the Salesbook application, just don't forget to register for free demo. Our sales department are thrilled to help you and ask and answer any of your questions if you feel like the Salesbook tool is for you. All right, and we already have some questions. I'm really glad. Let's share one of those questions together with you. So does Salesbook allow integration with other systems such as CRM, ERP, or marketing systems? Okay, so let's think about it. So you can imagine that, of course, there are different companies, right, who would like to connect their business inside the between different platforms. So we are, by Open API, we are thrilled to actually connect your existing CRM system together with the Salesbook application just to help you grow business. And you know, we can do that. Yeah, no problems. Actually, this allows for seamless data transfer between the different platforms and the more streamlined sales process. So I think I covered this question. What else? What else? We have, does Salesbook offer training features for salespeople to aid in their professional development? Right. So if we think about that, so yes, Salesbook offers a variety of training features to aid in the professional development of salespeople. And these include onboarding processes, ongoing training programs, and access to a knowledge base with sales best practices. Do we have any other questions? Okay, what is the cost of the Salesbook? Of course, everyone would like to know the cost of the Salesbook, but you know, this is a subscription-based service. So with the pricing based on the number of users and the features selected, so customers can actually contact Salesbook for a specific custom quote, and will prepare you a new pricing. And this is also really a good way. If you are having a team up to 5 person, we already prepared you a great options to jump into the Salesbook application just to boost your business a little bit more. And the last question, how does Salesbook help with the time management and sales activity planning? So if you think about the Salesbook helps with the time management and sales activity planning by providing a clear, structured sales process for salespeople to follow. And it also offers features such as calendar integration I've mentioned about, task management, and automatic reminders just to help salespeople stay on the track and meet their goals. Okay, do you have any more questions regarding our product? I think there are no more questions, but still, remember that you can reach me through my LinkedIn account, write me an email, just feel free to call me, and I'm really thrilled to talk a little bit more about the application. I hope that was a good time for you, and this is first but not last webinar in English just for you. And yes, I hope you enjoyed our time together. It was my pleasure and honor. Thank you very much for that time. Take care and have a nice day. It's spring already behind the window, so the sun comes through. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.